There are kind of four simple, extremely simple habits that can make you confident on camera when you're trying to create an unscripted, unfiltered, low effort video online. And so today I want to talk about that. How do you sound confident? Well, you have to think about what confidence is, right? Confidence comes from competence. And so I'm a teacher. I teach economics, but if you put me in a math class, I'd have no idea what I'm talking about. And I'd be second guessing myself every time I said something. I'd be like, hey, is that right? I guess, I don't know, is that right? Right? I actually don't know what I'm talking about in that situation. But if you put me in a supply and demand class, I know exactly which examples to use. I know exactly what to say. If a student is stuck somewhere, I know exactly why, because I've taught this for a very long time. And you can hear the difference when I'm talking about math versus when I'm talking about economics just now, right? And so you want to talk about things that come from you, ideas that come from you, that formed within you because of the experiences you faced and the knowledge that you learned and that you believe deeply about. You want to show your convictions in your videos. Like this video that I'm making right now, I so deeply believe. And I so deeply believe because these habits have helped me not just create videos online like these, but in the classroom when I'm speaking like 4 or 5 times a day to groups of young people every single day for most of the year. There's no way I can prepare speeches and have scripts for every single class. And sometimes I'm talking for like 30 minutes. And sometimes it's kind of boring, and I have to admit that, right? But it's necessary. It's a necessary pain. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't talk about it. Like it's as simple as that, right? And like what's the benchmark for whether or not you know what you're talking about? Turn on the camera, look at the lens, and see if you can talk about it for 5 minutes or not. Right? And sure, if you're camera shy, can you write about it for 5 minutes or not? Right? Like, can you take like a page of notes on it? Like why you believe in it? Well, if not, then don't talk about it, right? Or at least get to a point where you can and then talk about it. Okay, so that's the first tip. Like simple stuff. Second habit, post anyways. Do the speech anyways. The reason why I got good at lecturing, teaching, speaking, and I'm not saying I'm amazing, I'm just saying I'm above average, is because I had to do it. There was no other way. And in the same way, if you treated video content creation the same way, what's the behavior that you need? Well, post anyways. Regardless, post. Sometimes you'll get more time to prepare for a video, sometimes you won't. Like for example, this video that I'm creating right now, I literally sat down for 5 minutes and thought about, okay, like how did I end up like this? And the top 4 things that came into my mind, I created some notes based on it. Chicken scratch. And now here we go. I'm recording a video on it. And so because I know that no matter what I create, I'm gonna post it regardless. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, and can always be better. Can we agree that there's no such thing as a perfect video? Can we agree that people are unique and diverse and different from each other? At the very least, can we agree on that? And if that is so, then there is no such thing as an objective benchmark for the aesthetics of a video. There are objective benchmarks for the quality of a video, don't get me wrong. Like don't talk about stuff you don't know about, right? Don't pause for like 5 minutes on a video, right? There are certain qualities of public speaking, like skills you can build that make you a better public speaker, that make you more confident on camera. And by the way, this video is sharing 4 of those habits, okay? So post anyways, because what posting anyways does is it forces you to expect nothing except for the satisfaction of getting the job done. And that's it. And that's all you should expect, at least in the beginning. Third, experiment. Experiment. I am not the same teacher I was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I had a script. Now I don't have a script. 8 years ago, I was all about the perfect example. Now I'm thinking about the kind of activities I get my kids to do. In the same way, when I first started creating YouTube videos, I had to have a script because that was the crutch that I wanted to lean on. But then I found myself very uninterested in the task. And I found the videos somewhat boring and not interesting at all. It just sounded like I was reading from a list. I sounded like a news reporter. I didn't sound like someone that was speaking to you right now. I sounded boring, right? And so the moment I decided to experiment, the moment I decided to say, screw it, I'm just going to turn on the camera, press record, and see what happens. It's the moment I discovered a side of myself that I felt so much happier leaning into. And isn't that what life is about? Isn't life about redefining yourself moment by moment, year by year, day by day, and becoming this imagined better version of yourself in some way, shape, or form? Doesn't that just sound like inherently a more interesting life, right? And so in the same way, I sat there and I was like, in my teaching career, I was like, okay, there's no way that that my next 40 years is going to look like me speaking every single day for 30 minutes in the front of the class and assigning homework. There's no way I'm living that life. It sounds so boring, right? Especially if you're teaching the same subject over and over again, like economics. Even if the subject is inherently interesting, by the 20th time, it's like, oh my gosh, here you go, supply and demand, here we go, opportunity cost, woohoo. So I had to find ways to make it interesting for me. And you know, the only factor for me that would make it interesting was changing things up, right? And so change things up, go do a vlog, speak unscripted to the camera like this and post it anyways. Or do a perfect script, right? It does not matter, right? Like I am giving you advice that you are free to follow or not follow. And that is the beauty of life and content creation. Like you get to design your own rules. Like it's a game that you get to play and you define your own rules. Some work, some don't. That's what makes it fun. Fourth tip, can I get you to smile more often in your videos, please? Can we all agree that if someone is smiling, the words that are coming out of their mouth just sounds more engaging? Can we agree that like what I'm telling you right now is something that you already know? It's rhetorical, right? The moment I tell you, smile, you're like, of course. At least that's what your reaction should be. Of course, right? Like, of course that makes sense. But so many of us are like tight in front of the camera, right? I mean, I don't blame you in the same way when I first walked into my classroom. Before walking into the classroom, I had panic attacks outside the door. I was literally standing outside the door and I was like breathing deeply. And while I was in the classroom, I was like, okay, everything has to be word for word, has to be perfect. But that had more to do with my lack of confidence in myself and less to do with my ability to have a conversation and speak. Because honestly, I've been speaking my whole life. You've been having conversations with your friends your whole life. And when you really think about it and you're making a video for other people, it's just you talking to the other person on the other side of the camera. It's a conversation between me and you. And yes, I know you don't get to say anything back to me, but you certainly could in the comments if you wanted to. That's it, that's the only thing. Like treat the videos that you make as a conversation with someone you want to help. Not because you're some condescending teacher from way up here, but because you're just someone that is passionate about a transformation or journey or a set of ideas, and you want to come alongside someone who had struggles that you once had, that you now no longer have those struggles. And so by definition, that makes you qualified to solve those problems in one way, shape, or form. That's it.